Hey, what's going on, guys? Oh, the Joe Bro Zone. that's that's a what's a Joe Bro, and what's the zone? Good morning, Pip. All night gaming. How you doing, bud? Koki, how you doing? Majestic hair, you know. Eh, Milk burps. Nami, nami, nami. Gil, how you doing? Buenos días. ¿Cómo está? Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? I'll probably skip some steps in that. I don't know. We have some new viewers today, folks. If y'all want to be kind to them, we have Cookie and the Joe Bro Zone. Anybody else that wants to make themselves known? Pip, you got a couple hours of sleep. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. No, you did. Perfect. Oh, thank you. Gracias. I don't speak much Spanish. um, Pip, I do hope you're feeling better. You know, I'm not gonna let your news out there, but yeah, I hope things. I mean, we're gonna find ourselves a pasta. It's still pretty early. We're gonna see if I can read. I've discovered that sometimes it's hard to read after working all night. So, just wanted to pop in. I'm on mobile data and YouTube runs it down fast. I'm on the bus to school. Hopefully, you do a live stream tonight. By the way, testing for the video game design will be on June 20th. Well, right on, all night gaming. It's been a long time since I've seen you. You have to send me your game. Unfortunately, I don't stream at night anymore because I'm at work during the nighttime. Joey Brodeur, but only the first three letters of each. Smashed each other and zoned because I couldn't use the show because someone else already took it. Oh, we'll go beat them up. Let me kill my lights here and we'll get started. If I have to, I'll go back to Signal Simulator. Even though I know some of you folks don't like Signal Simulator. So let's get into a creepy mood here. There we go. That's a little better. This majestic hair wants to get cut off. And focus. 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 Saying focus doesn't make it focus. It's weird. Going into the video configuration, it does. There it goes. And focus that time. Don't make me do it again. Natalia popped into Theory Talk. Koki, get out of Theory Talk. Crazy butt. AKA Betty Tucker. I'm having a darkroom flashbacks from our school. Oh yeah, because the red lights. I was gonna make a joke, but I can't find what I was looking for. It's fine. I found one. It's called the Vintage Carousel. You guys know the routine, and those of you who don't, I'll say it for you. I post the link if you'd like to read along. Sometimes it's hard for me to read, and words are hard. English, right? But I think I'll be alright today. We will see. Get my socks off here. Oh, something satisfying about taking the socks off. Here we go. I grew up in a pretty crummy town, Nowheresville. A real one-horse piece of crap with a small municipal park that housed a vintage carousel since time immemorial. And some of the people that write these, they're just terrible writers. But this one's got good reviews, so we're gonna keep going. Sorry, guys. The same elderly guy sat in his little booth in the center, no matter the weather. I would sometimes watch whilst the ornately, ornately painted wooden horses paraded by him for the billionth time. He would always stare back at me with a little smile. Me and my friend Billy used to invent names for the old man when he was out of earshot. Immature stuff like horse's ass and prick draw McGraw. There wasn't much else to do around town. The park was essentially the only place for teenagers to hang out. Billy and I spent many a weekend hearing endless loop of the gaudy organ music, which more than likely drove old prick McGraw insane long ago. One late spring afternoon, we were there in the park as usual, thinking up new monikers for the old PD, when he surprised us by emerging from his booth. This was a rare occurrence, and cheerfully waving us towards him. This carousel sure is a beauty, ain't it? Say, do you cowboys ever hear the legend about why each horse is so damn pretty? Nah, sneered Billy. Enlighten us. PD, Prickdraw, leaned back against one of his lusty steeds and stared wistfully at us. Well, the story goes that each of these beasts is secretly alive, but you only see their true form if you switch on the power after sunset. Why else do you think I never operate the old girl at night? That's a real big pile of horse chuckled Billy, which made me blush a little. I was a punk, but I might have my manners. PD gave us both an usual bland grin. You fellas should mosey on home. It's getting late, and I'd best call it a day. We stuck around, as Billy had decided to call the weird geezer's bluff, especially since we'd noticed that he sometimes absent-mindedly left the key in the ignition of the ancient machinery, and that night was such an occasion. We waited a couple of hours until it got good and dark, virtually pitch black, and then crept into the booth and began hitting random buttons and fiddling with a rusty dial. Eventually, the thing sputtered to life, quite literally. We didn't notice the screams at first, as the organ's ditty, almost deafening from where we were standing, but we could see clearly enough. On every post there were wooden horses. Where the wooden horses once stood, where human beings impaled, some through the chest, some through other parts of their anatomy. Some wore old clothing, some had faces I recognized, locals who had vanished over the years. Their cacophony was unbearable. Billy and I hugged each other, trapped in the epicenter. Somehow, over that dreadful noise, we heard Prickdraw's crackling voice. Reckon there's room for a couple more. I'm trying to remember how to read these. That's a good one, I like it. How's everybody's morning doing? I hope you are all wonderful. Oh, Slam Dink did a new one. Got 6 people in here. Look at that. Crimson. Hey, bud. How you doing? It's my face. Just goes to show you should never trust old people. I mean, what's old? I'm pretty old. Pip's pretty old. Gil's pretty old. I don't know. And I agree. Old people, bad. Cacophony is a fantastic word, by the way. Glad I read it. Sometimes I'll just look at words and be like, I know that word. And you should have seen me the other morning. Like, I look at the word believe and I'm like, mm-mm. Ain't registered with the old ticker. Maybe my nap did me some good. Alright, here's another short one. This one's called The Old Lady. That's smoking on the other hand, sir. Tisk tisk. I know. It's a terrible habit. Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. Oh, seems to be a theme. What seems to be a theme? My smoking? Or the red? I mean, red's just a inherently creepy color, right? There's the link if you want to read along. It's a short one. One day at the shopping mall in the afternoon, a woman was coming out. I already read this one. I'll read it again. Nah, this one was a terrible one. Never mind. If y'all want to read that one, you can. It's terrible. I'll remember. I remember all the stories I've read, and I'll start into it, and I'll be like, deja vu. And the Pale Girl. Let's try it. You did it for 20 years, telling your age. Yeah, I know. I've quit before. I'll probably do it again. I just gotta get really drunk and smoke 2 packs of cigarettes, and then I won't want a cigarette. Then that'll kickstart me. This is Pale Girl. I don't know how it happened. I only know it started, or only how it started. I'm already messing up. I thought it was just my overactive imagination, but then things escalated. I know for sure that I'm being haunted, and it's driving me off the edge. I'm overdrawing this. I'll just tell you the story. Yeah, that will do it. My friend has schizophrenia. Not different personalities. That's called dissociative identity disorder. Schizophrenia deals more with things like auditory or visual hallucinations. Depending on the severity, it can be treated with medication, or so she's told me. The medication is actually the reason this is happening to me. Her doctors took her off to see how she would react. 3 days after, she was over at my house watching TV with me in my room. I've grown accustomed to her disorder, how she would look around the room in the middle of a conversation, or seem like she would be ignoring you when you spoke, because she would be looking at a hallucination. Hopefully that's my last spoke for the day. Burt's Bees for the lips. During the time she was there, she gradually grew from flickering her eyes over to a corner in my room to intently staring at it. I asked her what she was seeing, and she replied with, "It's nothing." I went with that response until she started crying. I asked her again, and this time she responded with, "There's a girl in your corner that's crying blood." I told her that it was just a hallucination and she should ignore it. When I said that, she looked at me with such fear in her eyes that I was paralyzed. She said that I shouldn't say that I was making the girl angry. I shook my head and smiled reassuringly. That little girl didn't exist and it couldn't hurt me. My friend looked away from me and back to the corner, immediately starting to sob. Later that night, I lay on my bed bored, unable to sleep due to obvious reasons. I was about to turn some music on when I heard a cat meowing from the living room. Needing something to do, I went out to see what was bothering her. I found her staring at the dark corner of the living room. Her hair was on end and she was hissing quietly. I was creeped out by this, and I bent down to pet her, but she didn't react to my touch. She just stared at the corner. I started back for my room, and then she let out this ear-splitting shriek. The kind that when a cat's tail is stepped on, or if it's surprised. I immediately turned around with my heart pounding to see nothing. She was gone. What bothered me was that she would have to run into the kitchen, and I didn't want to hear her hitting the hardwood. I didn't hear her hitting the hardwood floor that makes the kitchen floor. I looked around the living room, under furniture, and even then the kitchen. She was just gone. As I left the kitchen, the sound of the knife being pulled from its holster emanated from behind me. I turned and the knives looked completely untouched. I thought I was delusional from lack of sleep and went to my room. I was interrupted. There was a tapping noise in the living room that stopped me. As I stood in the middle of the room, I looked towards the large window next to the front door. The curtains were closed, but slightly askew, which allowed me to see the pale white hand tapping on the window. I ran from my room, slamming and locking the door behind me. I cowered in the corner of my bed, which was in the corner of my room. I sat with the blankets over my head, heart beating fast, my breath heavy. And then the thudding began, quietly, seeming far off, but got louder and closer. My back was to the wall of my room. That wall behind me, the outside wall of the house, and that thudding increased till I could feel it right behind me. Silence. No noise beside my heart and my breath. Next to my bed is another large window covered by a thick curtain. I gathered the courage and came out from the blankets, just enough to peek the curtain back and take a look. It was pitch black and nothing was out there besides the bushes. I pulled the curtain's edge back a bit more, and then the thudding began again, so loud, drowning everything out. I looked back into my room to make sure I was alone and returned my gaze to the window to see the pale white face of the girl. Her eyes were large black voids, with blood streaming down her face. I woke up the next morning, my cat sleeping next to me. Ever since that night, I've seen her over and over. She haunts me. Every night, every dark space, I see her. And I know she's real. Because she killed my friend, the one with schizophrenia. She was found face down in a pool of blood. She bled out from her eyes. I feel the same will happen to me soon. I hope by reading this, she doesn't latch onto you. I hope it ends with me. It's 4 a.m. right now, and she's out there. The thudding is driving me to write this. The thudding never stops. And neither does she. Yeah, I like that one. Are these creepy stories do anything for you? It's 4 a.m. for me. Yeah, it's 6 a.m. here. You must be California or Oregon or I don't know. Is that 2 hours away? No. Yeah, that's 2 hours away. You're West Coast. You had a long night, my friend. An early morning. Crimson, being being from Australia, he told me he punched a koala bear in the face once. I'm just, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. You haven't slept. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? I think we're gonna do this last one, and then we'll see what happens. This one's called My Fear of Water. You'll never hear the end of that, huh? Uh-uh. Koalas are stupid animals. Smooth brains. They're idiots. You can take a eucalyptus leaf off of a tree, put it on a plate with other eucalyptus leaves, and give it to a koala bear. Since it wasn't connected to a big brown thing, the koala will not eat those. It also eats a tree that doesn't want to be eaten, that gains very little, very, very little nutrients from. I can keep going, I'm not. Kids bus time, super busy lately. That's alright, Lauren, you know. You want to fight a kangaroo? Do you lift, bro? Alright, this one's called My Fear of Water. I don't fear water. Maybe I will after this. I'll let you say that. But for the record, no cussing in here. It's supposed to be all ages, but I mean, besides you, are there any kids in here? And I mean kids like kids. Um, young, like 8, 9 years old. No, I don't lift. Alright, let's start. Once again, the link is in the chat. I really want to stretch my hand out here. Yeah, we're just going to do it like this. I like that. Mine can't hear. They're running up and down. I've always had a terrible fear of being submerged completely in water. Not that I can't swim or anything. My dad made me learn. He said I almost drowned when I was really young. I was afraid of it because, for as long as I can remember, whenever I'm underwater and look up at the surface, I see a woman reaching down with me, with a warm smile, with glowing golden hair and dark blue eyes. Even if it's in a bathtub, it always happened. And it was just normal for me, but I never got used to it. Oh, Joe. It was unnerving, but also soothing at the same time. She always made me feel like it was okay. I still avoided it though, because I was a kid, and it was really freaky. I never told my dad about it as a kid, but I did ask about my mom. He never wanted to talk to her. I did ask him about my mom. Sorry. He never wanted to talk to her. Sometimes even got mad at me for trying too hard to bring it up. It was only recently that I described this apparition to him. He nearly drove into a telephone pole. Obviously, he knew something. I asked him again about my mom. He still wouldn't say much except that she died when I was very young, and that she loved me very much. He also admitted that her hair and eyes were those colors, just like mine. So I did some research on my own, looking up her name for myself on my birth certificate and trying to find any references I could. Any news clips about a boy nearly drowning. Anything. I mostly wanted a picture. Something I can match to my guardian angel. Today, buried in our town library, I found it. Winchester, Mary Withley, 28, drowned to death yesterday after climbing a razor wire fence and fleeing to a nearby reservoir. A funeral was scheduled by her family on the 25th. Marie was institutionalized just 6 months ago after being found not guilty of attempting murder on the grounds of insanity. Her husband, Daniel Withley, had acted quickly enough to rescue their infant child when she was found trying to drown him in a bathtub. She's trying to finish the job. Maybe one more. It's too much fun reading these stories. But I swear to God, if any of you guys wake me up, I hope not. Y'all should see my sleep pattern. Let me see this. S-L-E-P. This is what it looks like when I sleep. Let's see if I can show you this. Like this is... So the low dips are deep sleep. Like REM sleep. Let's see. Like I obviously wake up. Come on, focus. Now it doesn't want to zoom in. Hang on, we can do this. I can focus it myself. Hang on. Screw you, autofocus. Let's see here. Nope, right there. Okay. Done. So, like, the high points are when I wake up. And I wake up a lot. This is just more recently. I used to sleep like this. Oh, that was a particularly bad night. That was a really bad night. No. But that's what I'm used to seeing right there. So let's fix my zoom, or my focus here. So maybe something's trying to wake me up. Nope. Here we go. And I'll always make sure I never fall asleep with the lights on. Red's bad to fall asleep to. Some of those messed up nights you see are because of red lights. Give me weird dreams. You think Chappy is talking to the spirits? I don't know. I'm not going to go into it right now. But I have reason to believe there's other stuff out there. If y'all are in the Discord, ask me about it sometime. I'll probably end up telling you some of my stories. You know what, Pip? I'm probably going to pop into a signal simulator and see if I can get that signal to lock. Alright, we're going to switch to video games for a little bit. colors change. So I gotta change this to over here. This gets small. I want this game to work. I need this game to work. I'm gonna turn the light on so I can see. Oh, and headphones. Yeah, you were just teasing. No, I think Mike full on hates the game. It's fine though. Ow, 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 ow. Cookie, you still here? Where'd my phone go? There's my phone. So I can see what y'all are saying. Crazies. Waiting for it to load. It is not load. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, okay. So yesterday when I was playing this, I saw the glimpse of an alien and looking in on me. Like I saw him from one of my monitors. Nice and creepy. It got me good. It got me real good. But, yeah. So here we go. We're loading up. We're going to check on things. Maybe clean the satellite dishes. Oh, that was weird. Alright. So the point of this game is we are in SETI. I've never done this. I'm trying it. Oh, nice. It's raining. And there's supposed to be a a flashlight over here. You know what? I never turned on the radio. Oh, we're good on efficiency. Okay, so we're gonna tinfoil hat, yeah. Oh. So what we're doing here is we found a signal. I've got to go through the, y'all don't really see this because the chat's covering it, but it's a polarization of the electromagnetic waves. And I've got to scan through the frequency. No. Alright, so now we gotta... We've got to tune this. This takes a couple minutes. Oh. Okay. 47, 46.7. We're going to turn this on. Elevation. So elevation is this one. 46.7. And 285.6. This is a healthy one. Okay. Alright, so that's going to take a couple minutes. If you look carefully, you'll see these things are moving. You see the lights going on them. So those right there are my satellite dishes. Yeah, I'm waiting to see that change to an alien standing there. All I need is an alien to pop his little paws up. Can I shut that? No aliens. I don't like that. The curtains just moved. This is a very creepy game, guys. I don't care what anybody says. I want to believe. Space race. Mission to Mars. So this is the guy we're supposed to be looking at right here. We're waiting to get this monitor right here. Oh. So right here you can see we're slewing. This is where we're at. 23. We've got to go to 285. So it's going to go back this way. I'm going to smoke another cigarette because this game makes me want to smoke. Also, we're going to turn those guys on. No game sounds? Oops. My bad. I apologize. I wasn't looking at y'all's chat. Stars are sparkling. I really don't want to watch that monitor again for the alien doing this. It's good and creepy. We're still at a pretty good system efficiency, 94%. So we're going to try this one time. If not, I'm going to get out of here. I've got my tinfoil hat on just in case any aliens show up. Well, that's good. Because they're watching me. Ooh, and it's nice and cold. So you want it to be cold, apparently. That's good for getting aliens. It's 6:26 in the morning. But basically, I want to see this guy. Alright, we can turn this off. But basically, it's here. I can turn on this. So that's the signal, the little blue dot that's moving. That's the signal we're tracking. On my best assumption. Here is where we would get our data. Here is where we'd see what kind of data it is. We're still pretty good system efficiency. Joe bro, no cussing, please. So we've got a download speed. purposefully missing this monitor. I didn't like that image when I saw it last time. We're getting there. We're getting there. Looks like it hasn't moved in a while. I say that as it does it. You can see my my antenna moving right there. I could probably go out there and find that antenna. I wonder if I watch this long enough, I'll see stuff. Some weird stuff happens in this game, though. It's just a little bit slow to start. So I had the radio on for a minute there.
Swinging around the moon and using the lunar module power systems because of the situation that...
So they're talking about NASA stuff. So that's what y'all are missing. I apologize. We are almost there. We are at 289. We got to get to 285. These are things that you move the monitor. I don't know what you mean. I don't like that monitor. It showed me the creepy. I can't even turn around. It showed me the creepy picture of the. It's my hand. It's me taking a sip of coffee. So there we go. We got the 285.6. We're waiting for. Oh crap! I lost the signal. I lost the. No, I didn't. Why is it not showing that anymore? So you see the signal right there. It's just not seeing it. It's not showing it in my little, in the upper right hand corner anymore. We are almost there. Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh, okay. So elevation's good. Azimuth is a little off. Okay, so let's turn off that one, and that one, and that one. I think these are satellites, or this is more promising than it's ever been. Well, that didn't do anything. Okay, so let's change our azimuth. We're going to go to 290 and tell it to move. So we're going to see if it goes up or goes down. Nope. So let's try 280. Basically, I'm watching that azimuth. Nope. Let's go for 285. Nope. Let's go for that again. So it sees something. I hear something. Oh, fuck, it did it again. Did y'all see that? I don't like to cuss. I'm sorry. Just every time it does it, it gives me chills. was going to do that. Knew it was going to do that. So I'm not seeing anything. Let's see if I can decode this. We're at 46. So that's 46. And then, okay, that would be like 285. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Let's look at the database. I have not found any signals. Oh, there's one right there. Or maybe that's just a picture. It's still there. I've got a download speed on it, 1.79. Coordinate detection, antenna detection. Oh. There's errors on all that stuff. I think I gotta go in here. I've got to reset. Let's do oh, diagnostics. Main server timeout. Okay, so let's do reboot. See if this does anything. Server connection is okay. Okay. Check for server calibration. Okay. Check for server calibration. Set azimuth or seta. Show azimuth, show elevation, current. Okay, so that looks good. Let's see if that did anything. Don't trust this room. Okay, running. But still nothing. But I still see obviously doing something wrong. 285.47.3. Elevation's good. Let's try 285's good. Let's try 287. 85.7. They took too long. One more signal. I think I got closer there, and my servers were offline. Active. Oh. Oh, okay, I think we're good. Oh, let's try again. Hey, Kevin. Good news, this one is not, as I say that, I say it's not that far. It's obviously far. Kevin, if you ever want to pull your hair out, get a signal simulator and try to figure out what the F is happening. Oh hell, you know me. 17.7 and 108. Or 101.8. Oh shoot. I gotta do this. Oh, I just had it. 101.8. 17.7. So there's the signal right there. All my servers are good. My efficiency is kind of crap right now. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm going to leave the chat for a minute and see if I can... So we are... Don't you do it again. We are moving to... Oh, jeez, it's going all the way around. Oh, man. Yeah, we got a couple minutes. Alright. Make sure you have the highest possible system efficiency. Check temperature. Wait for the signal. Once signal is detected, tune into the radio. Did that? Once frequency found, activate coordinates detection. Maybe I did that? Then activate antenna rotors. Punch in the elevation first, according to the average figure provided. Once you get to 4590, stop and activate azimuth. Once you get to 9599, stop. Activate the antenna detection. Listen to the signal. Check the signal source. Meanwhile, you're downloading. If your download speed is low compared to your stats, reboot all. Sometimes you need to reboot locally at the antenna. Once you convert to binary, okay. I don't know. This will be a little bit. This will be the last one I do. Let's check on server. Oh. So we're good up there. We're still moving. Drink more virtual coffee, I will. Hey, Spacious, how you doing? Long time no see. Oh, where did my coffee go? I guess I gotta go get more. Why do I think this guy's an alien? The way he's like, whoa. Can't open the... It's fine. Ah! They remembered. That was old coffee, too. Errors resolved. Syntax errors. I don't know what that means. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. While this happens, I should go clean my antennas. Do this real quick. Let's see if I can get back before those bad boys are done. Here. Clean those. Cookie still here? I haven't seen Natalia in a while. Natalia probably pieced out on me. Just to make it easier, I'm going to whip this bad boy around. There we go. Swear to Jeebus, if I see an alien in my locked office. Look at that, still moving. Call me Speedy Gonzalez. We are still good on the server. We're still... got koalas to punch tomorrow. You punch those koalas, they're stupid. Baby koalas eat fecal material from the moms. Did y'all know that? That's disgusting. Just figured I'd share. Power consumption. Oh, it's lower than, let's turn off some lights. I think this is when the boogie boos come and get me. I keep those on because I like to have some lights on. so we were almost at our azimuth. Oh, they're making a cargo drop. They're gonna do it right about there, I think. Also seems like he was trying to gain sympathy for being banned in the Discord. What are y'all talking about, Spacious? Who got banned for trolling? Lost. Oh, Dusty, yeah. You're gonna hit my freaking antenna, bud. Alright, as you were. Alright, we've got all that. None of that. Got that stuff again. Hot coffee. I think I might have to call it quits after this series. Download speed's higher. Download. I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing. Turn that off for a minute. No. All my servers are running. That's that sound. Okay. Saying 24.4. Average. Let's try 24. jack everything up. And still got the azimuth. It's missing. It went away. Still got azimuth. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Easiest way to deal with this.